Hello, everybody. My name is Angelina, and I am your spiritual alignment coach here at Spiritual Connections LLC. I am excited to come on here today to talk to you guys about prophecy stones. So, if you are familiar with prophecy stones, awesome. If you are not familiar with prophecy stones, I am going to give you a little bit of information about this really awesome crystal. So before I kind of jump into that, if you are new to my channel, please make sure that you like and subscribe, hitting the little bell so you get notified anytime I go live. I like to come on here and do kind of readings from time to time, some pick a cards. I like to teach about mind hacks and how to basically create and manifest your ideal life in an easy and efficient manner, right? So that you can achieve your heart's desire in your now moments, whatever that looks like. So I wanted to come on here today to talk to you about this new crystal that I bought. If you are new to my channel, I just created a video last week where I had kind of like a grab bag where I went to the crystal shop. I set the intention that I wanted to just find some new crystals that were in alignment with my healing as well as the healing of my clients. And I picked up about 5 new crystals, and one of them is the prophecy stone. So there is a video from last week where I did some readings and then I talked about the grab bag. So if you want to save time and watch that video to get a little bit of information, great. I am going to go more in depth in this video about the prophecy stone, which there is a picture that is the thumbtail for this video. So, or thumbtack or whatever it's called. Okay, so without further ado, let's talk about this crystal. And I'm going to try to show you guys in the camera. This particular piece of prophecy stone has some really cool kind of imagery in the crystal, which is kind of why I picked it. There's a spot. Okay, so right here, there's like this perfect kind of flower look, which is kind of why I picked this, because I do a lot of work with kind of Mother Mary and a few other guides. Padme is one, where the flower is very important in terms of growth and kind of prosperity. So I really like this particular piece of prophecy stone because it has that really pretty flower shape. So let me talk to you guys about what is a prophecy stone. A prophecy stone is a pseudomorph crystal. So what that means is that it originally had like certain types of crystal. It had a certain molecular structure. And then as it developed, it changed and became something else. So this particular crystal has the potential, I guess, to have limazite, hematite, marcasite, and pyrite. And it originally had one of those two, and then as it developed, it changed into something else. So it's really pretty awesome. So let me tell you guys a little bit about what a prophecy stone does. So prophecy stones assist you or any person into unraveling the past or the future in order to discern what needs to happen next for your highest good. Okay, so it gives you insight. Now, this particular crystal was mined in Egypt, which I think is really cool because I have a weird fascination with Egypt. So anytime I have the opportunity to buy crystals or books or pretty much anything from that part of the world, I kind of jump on the opportunity. So that's kind of a little bit of what the prophecy stone is. Okay, so the prophecy stone itself has the properties to assist you in opening your third eye and to distinguish between what is illusion and what is truth. Okay, so remembering third eye is all about discernment. It's all about breaking the veil between illusion or fear and reality and truth. So this particular crystal is excellent for that. So on top of telling you what the crystal is like supposed to do and like what the minerals are that are supposed to be for healing or whatever, I'm going to tell you about the last week that I have spent meditating and sleeping with this crystal under my pillow. So as you all know, I do a lot of psychic work. Part of what I pride myself on is being able to move between the spiritual aspects and the scientific aspects. So I wouldn't be doing you guys any service if I didn't tell you my experience with this crystal and how it has assisted me on my healing journey in the last week. Okay, so keep in mind, this is like one little snapshot of my experience with this crystal. Okay, so the first night that I slept with this crystal, I had a lot of very vivid dreams, kind of interesting in terms of understanding myself, like my current emotions. Last week we talked a lot about like the energy volcano or the volcano effect and energy hoarding. So this week has been really excellent in helping me kind of transmute that energy and understand it better. So, where is this energy coming from? Why does it exist in my life? And why am I holding on to it? Okay. So, understanding those behaviors in a way that helps me to move forward and manifesting in the way of dreams. So, very vivid, very like the five senses, understanding my dreams. Okay. In terms of my waking time, so through meditation, etc., with this crystal, um, just a lot of energy movement. So when we have energy stagnation in our body, that appears to be like exhaustion, brain fog, just disinterest or depression, anxiety, all of those things happen when energy is trapped in our body. Okay. So when I have been using this crystal in meditation, I have noticed that the energy in my body is moving more quickly. It's not storing and becoming stagnant. And I'm finding myself feeling more motivated. Okay, which is really cool. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know if this is because this is the crystal or if because you know, I guess it is probably because of the crystal, because I can't think of anything better than that. So the crystal helps in just kind of moving this energy, allowing for us to move forward and step into our power, literal, literal power of understanding between the illusion and the truth. Okay. In our daily lives. So this has been really cool for me to kind of work with this. The other really awesome property of this crystal is it's incredibly grounding. So it helps move the energy throughout our body, and it also helps ground us into this current reality of which in which we exist. So when we have third eye openings or we're doing third eye work, a really important part is of developing your third eye is being grounded in your current existence so that you can understand what is true and what is not. So we can't just do third eye work without also being grounded, right? So this goes with anything. So if you are wanting to like mind hack, right? So you're wanting to change your subconscious mind and the things that you're attracting. In order to do that, you have to know what's happening in your current life. So that's why this is really important. The idea of grounding and the idea of understanding your current existence before you branch out into your past lives, or your past memories of this life, or even moving forward into future lives. So this crystal helps with that as well. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about the dreams that I've been having as well. So keeping in mind, if you ever purchase this crystal and you want to sleep with it under your pillow, you are going to have very vivid dreams. You're also going to have past life dreams. At least that's been my experience. Okay. And I've only had this crystal for about 5 days. Oh, thank goodness. Hello, my friend. How are you? Hi, Sarah. Um, sorry, I nerd out. My friends are here. Yay. Okay, so we're talking about the prophecy stone. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about the dreams that I've had over the last couple days. So last night, for example, I had a dream that I was a man in the 80s, and I just basically had some time to kill. I was waiting to pick up my check for work, I guess, at the end of the week. And I was in a pawn shop looking at a cigarette holder that was also an ashtray. So I remember this ashtray very vividly. I remember how much it cost. It was, so the one I was looking at was $28.88, which was a weird price, but there it is. Getting ready to go with kids. Okay, no worries. Yeah, so as I was kind of looking around this pawn shop, it also kind of merged into a craft store, sort of. It was like an antique shop, maybe kind of looking thing. And there was another person there that was kind of standing there watching me. making sure that I didn't interfere with that current life, which I thought was kind of strange because I was looking around and like I was just in the dream, I was this person. So I didn't have any wants to change anything. I was just kind of experiencing the dream. But then the man changed the dream. So he interfered, he made something happen in the dream. And I learned that I wasn't going to be able to go back into my current life until I fixed the mistakes that had happened in that life. So there was sort of this moment of like fear in the dream because something had changed and I didn't know what had changed because I, Angelina, was experiencing a life that I didn't remember. So um that's something that I definitely attribute to having this crystal under my pillow because I don't typically have past life dreams. I typically have past life meditations. So like I am consciously aware that I am exploring a past life in that moment. So having a past life dream was a little bit odd, different for me. So the energy of this week, as we discuss past lives, is the energy of this week, just a lot of things coming up, a lot of things happening for us that are calling for our attention and not necessarily to be released. Some things are being asked to be integrated. So, this is, if you feel as if you have like current life trauma, or if you have some past life trauma that you're like, what that means, what past life trauma means is that you have things happening in your current life that don't make sense for your experiences. Okay. So, a kind of cliche example is I have a horrendous fear of spiders. Okay. I have absolutely no reason to be afraid of spiders, but I am terrified of spiders. I have no idea where that comes from. I have no reason to be afraid. And yet, if I see even the smallest of spiders, I am totally in freak out mode. Okay. So that could be from a past life, or it could be because of some solar plexus chakra work. I don't know. My first thought is that it's probably some past life thing where something happened with spiders and like I was bitten by one, or I don't know. So that would be something that I would explore in a past life. That would be considered a past life trauma if it was, in fact, due to something that didn't happen in this current life that I am currently living. Okay. So, that's what this crystal is all about, and that's what this energy of the week is all about, is understanding your current existence, allowing for the lessons to be learned, so allowing those lessons to be integrated and understood. um yeah, I don't know what the spider thing is. It's kind of a weird thing. I actually this last week received a healing from a friend who is amazing. She does sound healing, Reiki healing, and she's just started learning a new modality of healing, which is I don't know what it's called, but it's awesome anyway. And what we sort of uncovered is that the spider fear stemmed from the solar plexus. So I don't know if that's an actual past life thing, but a lot of people resonate with fear of anything as like kind of a past life trauma. So I digress. So, when you're thinking about buying crystals like this, some things to keep in mind. So, these are really powerful crystals, which means that like you are going to be experiencing past lives, future lives, traumas, things like that that are not in your current awareness. So, it's not just all fun and happy, fun, flowy energy. It is like real stuff. So, keeping in mind that if you don't want to be experiencing past lives while you're sleeping, if you want this to be a like awareness kind of experience, do not sleep with it under your pillow. Don't sleep with it in your bedroom. Keep it in a separate room. Um, and that's just because it's a powerful crystal, right? And so if you don't want to experience something in that way, then you're going to want to keep it in a separate space so that when you're meditating with it, you have the intention set and you're prepared emotionally for what you're going to experience. The other thing I will say about the prophecy stone is that it's a very helpful grounding tool. So if you're not like looking to open your third eye, or you're not looking to like see into the past or see into the future as a way of integration, and you just want to have a really cool sacred geometry stone, this is an excellent crystal for that. And also like I wouldn't keep it anywhere near like your meditation room or where you sleep, just because it's going to have the effect that it is programmed to have. And you can set the intention for something different if you so choose. So it's just a really awesome crystal. So I only have the disclaimer because for people who don't exactly know what past life experiences are like, or you're not exactly prepared for that, is to understand that like this crystal is going to make that happen for you. And so you might want to consider either a different crystal or a more gentle crystal. Not that the prophecy stone isn't a gentle crystal, it's just definitely going to take you into the past life or future life integration space. And so it's something to be prepared to experience before you purchase it and before you start working with it. Um, my prophecy stone, because I'm a weirdo and I like labeling and naming my favorite things or the things that I'm working with and at this time, this particular crystal is named Phoebe. It sort of just came to me. I didn't really have a name for it before just a second ago when it was like, I am Phoebe. So it's like, okay, well, I guess that's your name. Um, okay, no worries. No worries at all. So, Prophecy Stone, excellent crystal. It is from Egypt, like I mentioned, just kind of a quick sum up. It is an excellent crystal for past life integration, future life understanding. It is definitely an amazing grounding crystal. It will assist you in moving energy throughout your body so that you can continue moving forward on your journey. It is a pseudomorph, which means that it had an original makeup which changed over time. And it has a lot of really awesome sacred geometry, which I just love. So, like, the really awesome thing about the prophecy stone is that no two crystals are the same. So, a friend of mine went to the same shop that I bought my prophecy stone. She bought a different prophecy stone. Those two crystals are completely different. So, they do not have the same proportion of crystals as each other, right? Because that's just the way a pseudomorph works, which is kind of cool. All right, everyone. So this is a prophecy stone. I hope that this has been interesting for you. Let me know if you have future questions, or if you have worked with this crystal and you have a review, so to speak, of if you liked working with it, if you found this a helpful crystal to sleep with or work with through meditation. Any questions, comments, or concerns about past lives, past life regressions? I am a past life regression hypnotherapist, so I don't just do past life regression with myself, I do past life regression with clients as a way of assisting them on their journeys, assisting myself on my journey. And it's just, in my opinion, an excellent crystal to add to your arsenal if you are a crystal collector. All right, everyone, please make sure you like and subscribe, hitting that little bell. Please feel free also to share my videos with anyone that you think would be interested in crystals, in subconscious awareness, in psychic work, et cetera, and so on and so forth, because you know that I love this stuff and this is my passion, and I love sharing my knowledge and learning more from all of you. All right, everyone, until tomorrow, have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining me on my journey. We'll see you all next time.